What up, YouTube?
It's your boy Nazi back at it again with another video. I know I haven't posted one actually in a few weeks, I think. But I just been busy with work and stuff. You know what I mean? I actually have videos. I just haven't had time to edit them or even post them. So I'm gonna try to get to that and post them up. I'm actually at home right now recovering from appendix removal that I had to have Tuesday. Today's Saturday. And plus the corona thing's kind of going around right now, so it's kind of, it sucked at the timing it came, but then at the same time it gave me a reason to stay in the house, you know. But while I've been sitting in here at the house not doing nothing, looking at my four walls every day, it kind of just made me start thinking about things and what type of videos I wanted to make and stuff, you know. And I really want to do a toxic family relationships videos, because that's all my family is a bunch of toxic relationships, except for a very few slim. And I know that I'm not the only one that has this kind of family. There's a lot of other kids, adults, even other people, you know what I'm saying, that have very toxic family relationships that they still hold on to because they feel in their heart that they can't let go because their family or their blood, and they have this hold on to them, this obligation to keep them in their life, when at the end of the day, honestly, none of us, by the way, I'm just basically gonna, this will be off the top of the head. I didn't really have anything planned, but let's get back to it. People always think that they have to keep people in their life because they're family, when that's not the case. All we need in life to survive is ourselves. You know, like, yes, it's okay to want people in your life. It's okay to want your family, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your aunts and uncles, you know, whoever it is you want. But if it comes to a point in life where, a point in time where it hurts more to have them than it does benefit, then you don't need them in your life. And it sucks because all of us, obviously, that have family members that we've grown up with, we have those year-long relationships. We have those bonds. And it's just like, and a lot of people don't have the heart to break those. You know, for instance, I'm going to talk a little bit about my personal relationships. The reason why I'm making this video is, you know, I don't talk to any of my family besides my brothers and sisters. Now, I have people that I call family, but it's more of like people that raised me in my hard times, or that took care of me and that looked out for me and that I consider family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have a family that's not family. And, for instance, you know, me and my mom's relationship is very, hold on, let me fix the camera, y'all, this is bugging me. Like, for instance, me and my mom's relationship is very bad. We don't get along at all, really. And we don't really get along at all. And for a while, it took a toll on me. It even takes a toll on me now, just for the simple fact is, you know, there's a lot of deep-rooted issues that I have with my mom. She was just very mentally abusive, sometimes physically. And for me, I think I took it different because I was a mama's boy. You know, I was up my mom's ass
24/7.
And as I started to get older, I started to realize that the things that she was doing was very toxic, was very negative. And I didn't know, I started to follow those footsteps in a way. You know, I didn't know what was right, I didn't know what was wrong. And then as I started to get older and I started to, I became more mature, I started to really pay attention to my feelings, how I felt, what people did to me that hurt my feelings and that I couldn't get over. And then at some point in life, everyone comes to a point where they just tired of a relationship. You know, they say, like, when you're, like, they say, for instance, if you're in a relationship with a significant other, they say in it's abusive relationship, they say when you're truly done, you will leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need that final push, you know, that last feather on the back that has broke your back, you know, type of stuff, to get you out of there. Sometimes people just need to push, but for me, it's just, I can't sit there and continuously take something, you know, negativity, verbal abuse, physical abuse, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a naturally such a caring, loving person, you know what I'm saying? I am aggressive. I do have an angry side to me, as everyone does, but my natural, who I am as a person, I'm very nice, I'm very kind-hearted, I'm a very giving person, but my mom changed who I was, as a kid, because I was so loving and I always wanted to be around her, and I always wanted to be up her ass, and all that stuff, where she always told me things like, get off of me, you're so annoying, I can't stand you, go do something. She would just kind of, everything that I felt I was doing out of love, she put down and bashed. So at some point, I stopped learning how to love. You know what I'm saying? I looked at relationships as what they can do for me. What can you give me? How can you benefit my life? You know what I'm saying? And I realized that that's not the way to have your relationships, because relationships shouldn't always be, like take. You know what I'm saying? You give something and then you also take stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how every relationship should be, a healthy relationship at least. And people shouldn't even expect to get things from other people. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to do it, then do it. But if you want to give, then give naturally. And I kind of had to tell myself that it's not okay to follow my mom's footsteps, because everybody that's growing up in the household, you are what you see. So for us that were in a abusive household, drug household, alcoholic household, you know, a lot of crazy stuff, you guys know that it's very hard to not do what you guys see. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for me, if it wasn't for my aunt, that I wouldn't have be where I be right now. And also my friend, my best friend, without those two people, I wouldn't have been who I am today, because they were people that were outside of my family that looked at me and knew my family, that was like, no, that's not right, Drew. That's not how you do it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I didn't know. So especially from my aunt, she basically had me since I was like on and off since I was like a kid, whenever there was something going on in my family, she would take me in. And she just very guided me, when I wanted to be disrespectful, when I wanted to go out, when I wanted to go in the hood and party and do all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, you're not doing that. You're focusing on your schoolwork. You got this to do. You building a life for yourself, da-da-da. You don't want to be like me. And that started to change my mindset, because all I seen was drugs, fighting, alcohol, pills, you know what I'm saying, parties, you know what I'm saying, just gangs, all that type of stuff, and it's just, I'm such a deep person. I always look at things and deeply, like I'll sit there for hours and think about one thing, like over and over and over again. And I just started to realize that I wanted to be more like that. I wanted to get up every day and not think I need a pill to get throughout my day. I need a bottle to get throughout my day. You know what I'm saying? And I really admired that, because my aunt was very just no matter if she was struggling, if she had or she hadn't, she made the best of everything. And it just really taught me that you can go through hard things and not need to rely on something, that as long as you make the best of it, it'll work out and you keep your faith in God. And unfortunately, sorry y'all, my video got cut off because I'm filming on my phone and my sister FaceTime. As I was saying, in my time of sitting there and thinking about the things that my moms did to me, I realized that in order for me to be happy inside, I needed to cut off that relationship. Now, a lot of people told me that I shouldn't do that. My grandma's very against that. She's very big on family, even though I honestly had to cut her off as well. Like, I had to cut that toxic relationship out, because my mom and grandma were two peas in a pod. They're of the same breed, of the same kind, if you guys can catch my drift. Even though my grandma did a lot more for me financially, and also like emotionally, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was just there for me a little bit more than my mom was. But, excuse me, those were two relationships that I had to cut off, that I didn't want to cut off. Well, one of them I didn't want to cut off. But I had to, because I was waking up every day, and the things that they would say to me, the negative things, the things that they would do was bringing me down every day. I would get up and just think like, I have to live another day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I started to realize that they were affecting me in such a negative way that I had no other option but to cut them out of my life. Because if I'm going to be happy, if I'm going to feel good about myself, I don't need those people in my life that when on the days I get up feeling good and I want to, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling confident. I'm not insecure today. I want to go do this. And then you got someone in the back like, you can't do it. And da-da-da, and just all this other stuff, it'll bring you down and you don't need that, And I'm not saying that just cut anyone out of your life. But if you sit there and you could think that there's more bad than good out of this relationship, then you do what you have to do. And I'm not saying everyone has to completely cut them out of their life permanently. Some people can take a break. Like maybe we just need a break right now, a few months away from each other. I'm saying, to clear our minds, because not everyone's family is like mine. I'm saying? Mine, I feel like, is a permanent thing because my family's been that way since before me, and it's like that years after I was born. I'm saying? Like nothing has changed. So for me, it has to be a permanent thing. But it's just very important that yes, we have family, and God says to honor your mother and your father and your family and all that. But at the end of the day, like, you have to honor yourself. Like, I believe in God, and I might get a lot of backlash for this, but like, I don't believe in the Bible, if that makes sense. What I believe is, if you're a good person, you do things out of the kindness out of your heart to help others, to heal others, to please others, to make them feel good, not because you feel like you're going to get something out of it. If you do something good for people or, like all that stuff, then that's your way to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, not cursing and not doing this and not doing that I don't think that's going to get you to heaven. Like, because I was also told you could read the Bible every day and you can go to church every day, and it does not mean you're getting into heaven. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't put faith into the Bible, but I do have faith in God. And in my heart, it's just very like, you have to love yourself. You have to treasure your own body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to tell yourself every day, when those things that people say to you, that you're not nothing, you're ugly, you're fat, you're not ever gonna go nowhere in life, you're stupid, you're slow, you don't understand things. When those things go into your head and when you try to feel good about yourself, you need to counteract those thoughts, because those toxic relationships, friendships, family members, they put those things in your head. The media, whatever it is, counteract it. Like, no, I look good, I'm not fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I need to lose weight, but I can do it. It's not like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to say the opposite of what the people are telling you. You know what I'm saying? And some people, it's not that easy. Some people, it's very hard. I have, brothers and sisters that it's not so easy for them to do that. Where for me, I just have this drive in me that so hard wants more for myself. Like, I want to be happy. I want to be able to support my family. I want to do good things for the loved ones, and I feel like to get there, I had to cut out the bad ones, because if you don't, it'll be like a complete circle. You just keep going around in a hamster, and if you cut them out, eventually it stops. It has to stop somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to kind of rebuild the circle, so it's a healthy circle, and that the bad parts, the cancerous parts of that, are out, and that way, if you are gonna go in a circle, it's gonna be a healthy one. You know what I mean? And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna kill you. There's gonna be days where you're gonna cry. You're gonna feel guilty. You're gonna be wondering, am I doing the right thing? Like, are they okay? But at the end of the day, like God says, you can't please anyone and you can't make anyone happy. If anyone's gonna be happy, it's all on themselves. Like, there's nothing we can do. Even if you have children, you can't make your child happy. You can please them. You can make them laugh. You can make them feel good, but you can't make them happy. Someone being happy is all within yourself. So that's why I say it's very important to just really figure out what you want in life and what you need to make you happy. As long as it's not hurting other people and it's beneficial to your happiness in your life and other people's lives in the world, do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not obligated to anyone. You're not tied down to anyone. Your relationship that you're in, if you're in a marriage, you're not obligated to be with that person if you're not happy. Like, yes, some people frown against divorce and stuff like that, but they don't know how you feel. They don't know what you're going through every day. So that's why I say it's very important. That's why I also say it's very important to not have other people's opinions that you don't treasure in your thought process. If you have negative people telling you negative things and negative things to do and giving you negative feedback, don't include those opinions in your decision making. Include the ones that are positive, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to do, and it helps me balance out what my decisions are. You know, if it's good, if it's bad. There's only a few people that I treasure their opinions, but you know, um, yeah, I feel like I'm talking about the same thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Oh yeah, and there could be other possible people that could get hurt in the process. For instance, I have a little brother who's autistic, you know, and he lives with my mom, and I don't talk to him or really see him that much or at all because the relationship with my mom is so, it just does something to me in the inside that I can't even explain it to you, to the point where I had to stop talking to my brother. um, because sometimes even seeing him gives me like PTSD, and I have PTSD from the relationship with my mom and the things that happened to me when I was growing up. And he's just one of those people that I know in my heart has to suffer for my decisions, you know, but I know that I love him with all my heart. He knows that I love him, whether he believes it or not. But I have to do what's best for me right now so I can get myself to a place where I'm okay enough to be around my mom for him, you know, and that's not that time right now. Pain takes a lot of time to heal. And sometimes it's very important to take that time, you know. If you don't need to be around people for yourself, then do that. If you're the type of person you need people around you to heal, then do what's best for you as long as it's healthy, as long as it's not taking drugs, going out and stealing or doing stupid stuff and robbing and you know whatever it is, because some people have a lot of weird things that they like to make them feel better, but as long as it's like positive, do what you need to do to heal, you know. And that's why I say, like, if you have toxic relationships, friendships, family members, whatever it is, really sit back and think about the pros and the cons of having them in your life. If it hurts you more to love them, then it's not worth it, you know. And I'm not saying like I said before, not everyone has to be permanent, but know what you want. Sit there and think about it. And I'm not saying you have to figure it out in 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 weeks. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what really, when you think about this thing, does it spark something inside you? Does it make you happy? Does it give you a purpose in life? And that's very important in life. So for me to get there, I had to cut out all the negative, and that was friends, that was relationships, that was family members, my grandma, my mother, you know, all those type of things. But yeah, I kind of rambled on a little bit because I didn't really have a plan on exactly what I was going to say, so I might have repeated myself because I'm not really going to edit this video. So yeah, I hope that the people that are watching this and that have very toxic family members, I hope you guys can, you know, feel a little more confident if you have to do that. I know it's hard. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to tell you not to do it, that you need them in your life, that you have to. But do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that has to live in your body. You sit in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You have to hear the things that go on. You feel what you feel every day, and no one else has to. They can have their own opinion all they want. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But you have yours, and you have the right, as long as you're over 18, you have the right to do what you want with your life. And yeah, so peace, guys. Make sure you guys, yeah, I'm gonna just end that right there. But peace, guys. Make sure you guys take a lot of precaution with this Rona stuff, because Rona ain't playing. She getting everybody. Yeah, stay safe, guys, okay? And remember, love yourself always. Like, never let no one tell you different. Nobody. Peace.